Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus, and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 38 of the series, and today we are once again over at the sugarcane farm, which we've been working on in the past two episodes, episode 36 and episode 37, if you've been with me for those. And so far, we've got this full field up and running. We've got our flying machine here, which I've just moved over one block so that it lines up with the leaf wall here. Let's bring my UI back up and just indicate that I have lined this block to this block so that the flying machine will run parallel to the wall that we have built on this side of the farm. Sorry if I took too many words to explain that there. I kind of couldn't think about what to say, but you get the point. Anyway, I've just got a few materials in my hand that I'm going to test out here because, as I said in the last video, I did think that maybe it'd be a nice idea to add a bit of glass into the build here. So let's just extend this wall up for a few blocks and then throw in some of these glass blocks. You see, I don't know whether or not panes attach to leaf blocks. I would assume not, no. So they're not going to work. I think that's quite obvious to us now. So let's break a few blocks out here just so we can throw a few glass blocks in. There we go. And then we'll do a couple more here. One up there. And then we'll get another one in down there. And then we'll just throw some lime in there. Like so. Just randomly. And then we'll also get some green stained glass in there. Like this. Is that it? I think that's it, right? So maybe this is the way to go. Does this look good or does this look strange? Do I like that at all? It's a tough one for me, that is. It is a very tough one. Let me take a few steps back. Ooh, maybe we'll have to do a bit more of the pattern just to get a better indication because I'm kind of unsure still, if I'm honest. So let's try and hop up here. I don't know if we can actually make this jump. Oh, yeah, we can. Hey, let me up. Okay, so we'll do the same again. We'll just continue the 3-block high pattern along. And then break a few blocks and replace them with the glass. There we go. So let's come back to where the glass finishes. And we can just go ahead, knock a few blocks out here and there. Like so. Keep going. There we go. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put a bit more of the dyed glass in. And then some green glass can go in there as well. We probably should have bought a bit more lime glass because there's going to be an influx of green glass in this section due to the lack of lime. But anyway, it should allow us to get some sort of a gauge of how this is going to look. So there we go, that's that implemented, I believe. And we can take a few steps back again to have a look. What's that like? You see, I don't know. I really don't know if I like that or not. Let me go ahead and finish off the 3 high here with the leaves so that we can get a side-by-side comparison. That might offer a bit more insight into whether or not this is a good idea. Because I think this is going to have to be 3 high, because when I run the flying machine sometimes the drops do actually get stuck on top of the 2 high wall. So to resolve that issue we will have to make it 3 high, which is what I was going to do anyway. Okay, so here's the side-by-side view. The leaves here and the leaf and glass combination there. Let's try and get a little bit of a raised, elevated look, see if that makes any difference. Do I like the green glass inside of the leaf block texture? I really can't make my mind up on this one, you guys. You know what? I think we're going to go head over to our bed, grab some sleep so that we don't have to fight off any mobs. And then we will maybe just leave the glass blocks in there for now. And hopefully over time we will become accustomed to either the 3-block high leaves or the 3-block high leaf and glass combo. And then we can just decide to carry on whichever one we choose throughout the whole build. So let's grab some sleep, as I said. Get the night out of the way so that we don't have to deal with any of the bad guys. And we can head back over to the farm because today I also want to try and implement our minecart collection system, which I think is going to be nice and simple. I'm not going to try and overcomplicate that. So that's probably one of the parts of the Gnembon video which I'm not going to follow to his cue, because he actually comes up with a very complex design for that, and I don't think we're going to require it. So if we just dig down into one of the trenches here, so where are we looking? We're looking here. We go down 2 blocks, you'll see there are rails, and we're going to have to find a way to bring the cart out of there and have it stationed somewhere that we can then force it to continue another loop around the track, which shouldn't be too difficult. I don't believe. I actually have a plan in mind already of how we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and break a few blocks here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring it 7 out. So the farm ends there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. That should give us enough space to work with. So I'm actually going to head off and grab some supplies to get this job completed. Alright you guys, we are back and we are all stocked up with the supplies required to go ahead and do what we need to do here. So in similar fashion to the blocks under the leaf wall here, we're going to be using some cracked stone brick, some regular stone brick, and some mossy stone brick in order just to create a varied texture here for the carts to run over. Kind of makes sense, I guess, since, you know, these blocks are going to be more exposed to the elements than the ones that are inside of the farm there. So that's why these are mossy and cracked, if you're wondering. So there you go, we've laid those down. And I think in terms of how we're going to do this, we're going to put a hopper under this rail. So let's pop a hopper down there. Then we're going to have a powered rail that runs this way. We are going to have a regular rail that comes out of there and loops around into the track there. So that's the entrance. Then this track is going to come all the way out here, run into the... Or it's not. Apparently it's not going to do that for us. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? So if we actually... Whoa, where the hell did that go? It looked like it flew over there and then it was in the hopper. Kind of strange. Anyway, let's actually do this then. So if we replace this one with a hopper instead, go ahead and put the powered rail in there, and then have a sort of curved rail into that one. So the cart is going to come out here. Let me just give you a demonstration. I have bought a cart. So if we put the cart on, send it on its merry way, it's going to go all the way through the farm, collecting any drops that it can find on the 2 grass blocks there. It's going to come back out, and it's going to land right back here where we want it to. So then we can have a block. Obviously, this isn't the finished product, but just to get this thing working, we'll go like that. And we'll have a button there. We'll also have a wall there, so the cart can then be activated very slowly, like that. Maybe we'll throw in another powered rail here just to give it a bit of an extra boost. Might make sense. And then it comes back, and off it goes again. So there we go. We've got the double powered rail there just to get it started. Okay, so that works. Obviously, we're going to have to trigger all of these carts with one button, though, which might be a bit of a difficult issue, but we will resolve that when we get to it. So let's actually try and give this a chance to work properly. If we can force some blocks to break into the path of this minecart. So let's try and get up here. I can't jump. I actually can't jump. Ugh, nope. Gimme. Okay, so if we just stand here, break a few of these, they should just land down where they can be harvested if we're lucky. Yeah, a few of them have. A few of them have indeed. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. If we hit the button, the minecart is sent on its way. It will progress under the farm. And when it returns, we should see that it begins to empty its loot into this hopper here, which we can then access by breaking him, and there you go. So obviously we're going to have to filter the drops out of here somehow, but for now we'll just leave them in there like so. I think that will make the most sense for now before we go ahead and make any drastic changes here. So that's basically the concept behind how this system is going to work. We're going to go ahead and sleep once more because I've made the great decision of coming out just before nighttime so that we don't have a lot of time to record before the mobs are after us. So let's get back over to the bed quickly, and then we'll take a look at how we're going to make this thing work, because obviously once the drops are in the hopper, we need them to actually go somewhere. We can't just be accessing each individual hopper every time we want some sugarcane. So I think the best idea would be to either filter it down into a water stream or filter it down into a string of hoppers, and then just have one centralized location for collecting the drops. I think that makes the most sense out of any solution. So the way we'd do it is to filter the items into a dropper, I guess, have that run on a clock, which we can turn on and off, and then the dropper will drop all the items into a water stream, and they will be sent along to either end of the farm or the center, and then in that location we can then go ahead and collect all of the drops in one place. So let me just tidy things up here, grab a few things out of the hopper, eat. And then we're going to have to transfer this design to every single entrance and exit. Sorry, every single entrance to the farm that runs along this wall here. So give me a few minutes. Well, a few minutes is going to take probably around 20 to 30 minutes. Give me that amount of time to get this done and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the video, you guys. So I've actually laid down all of the track pieces now that I said I would. So let's just take a run along here so that you can witness that. Obviously, it's not too interesting. It's basically just a recreation of what we built over at the first set of rails. So it just leads out to a hopper. And then, of course, once the cart returns, it will just sit back on these two rails here, which will allow it to be fired back into the collection system. So let's go back over here. Actually, before we progress anywhere else, I should just mention that the glass actually became something that I wasn't too keen on. So I decided to just go with 3 high leaf walls all the way around. And I've actually filled in the entire farm now, so if you can see, the walls go all the way around, and I think we'll just keep it simple like that. Of course, we need to build some sort of station here for the collection machine, the flying machine, to sit at, because there is a way that you can make it automatically return, if that's what you want, but also we need a way to actually run this thing ourselves without having to place a block in front of it, so that's going to be coming in the future. But for now, I just filled it all in, just to wall the farm off. No reason in particular, really. Anyway, we're going to try and formulate a way to get this thing up and running here. And I think I actually want to go ahead and control this thing from the center if possible, so that we don't have to have the carts right at the far end having a huge delay when compared to the cart at this end, because of course we're going to have to use repeaters to extend the signal all the way down. So we're going to need to clear a little bit more space out here. Let's grab our shovel, just take out a bit more dirt up until this point, and we'll take out a couple more blocks just so we got enough space. And I've done the classic thing again, haven't I? I've began recording when the night is just about to set in, which is another another quality that I possess. But we are going to keep working here for a little bit. So here we go. We've got our blocks in place. I think that's what we're going to use to power the rails. So if we just have redstone running into each of them here, like so, and then we can just sort of take this down in a row like this. It's not going to be complicated redstone at all. We'll have a button here that we can push. We're going to need to put repeaters in this thing somehow. So you know what, let's go ahead and sleep actually. Let's get the night out of the way, because it's kind of making me anxious here. I don't want to get blown up by a creeper after all the work we've put in. And it's a bit of a risk since we have the water around as well. If that water actually begins to flow over the tracks, that is going to be a huge mess to clean up. So we don't want to risk that at the moment. So let's just get this night out of the way, as we've done about 3 times already in this video. Okay, so we should be good now for a few, about 20 minutes I think a day is. So we should be good now for a while. So, as I was saying, the redstone is going to run into the back of the blocks here. We need to somehow extend the signal so that it runs the full distance. So let's just see what we've got here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we put a repeater in there, I think that should actually carry the signal the whole way down, if my calculations are correct. Yep, that worked, or it seemed like it. So then we can go, I think it goes another 15 blocks from here. So of course we actually don't need to worry about that yet. But let's just put this collection cart on these rails here, so that the final rail in the system so far is going to be powered. Let's hit the button, and as you can see, the cart is sent on its way. And then let's just wait for it to return here. And here it comes. And it just sits back in where we want it. So that's perfect. This is how we're going to wire it up, I think. It should be nice and easy to do so. We could even get these wires underground if we want to. Is there another way, I'm thinking, that we could power this? Or do we even want to power it in a different way? Because, of course, we're going to have to somehow work in our collection system as well underneath all of this. So it could get a bit complicated and a bit cramped. So maybe we'll just keep it like this. Let me just give it a test if we run them actually this close. I don't think it'll work if we do it like this, based on my limited redstone knowledge. that only worked because it's wired correctly back there. So no, it's not going to work like that. You actually have to have the redstone running into the back of the block like this. So we're going to have to keep it the way it was. The button, however, can be moved forward if we want it to. But that seems to me like the solution for powering this thing up. So I think actually the next step should be to clear out some space here. So clear out all of this dirt so that we've got a nice area to work with. Then we can come back in and install the redstone for every single track in the row. Okie dokie guys, so we're back down here in the ravine base in the small storage system. We've got ourselves 16 minecarts with hoppers here. We're going to take those up to the surface, and I think it's about time we actually gave this farm a test run because it's at a stage now where we could actually do so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a minecart. Wait, oh, I need to kill him. Uh-oh. One sec, we've been sidetracked, but I really need to kill this slime. Where did it go? There it is. I do like this when they spawn in my base. It's nice and easy for me to get some slime balls under my belt, which is good for us because, of course, we do need these at the moment. So before we head anywhere, is that it? I think that's it. We got 12, which isn't too many, but at the same time, it's better than having none. So let's go ahead and actually make as many slime blocks as we can to take upstairs to run this new farm that we've built. I'm looking in the wrong chest here. I need those. So I think that will make us 2 blocks. Perfect. So we've actually got an extra 2 blocks, which means we can harvest an extra 2 columns of our farm upstairs. So now we're back on track. We're going to head back over to the sugarcane farm. Oh, we need to actually work on this tunnel. It's been a long time that it's looked like this, and it looks terrible. Especially with the mine area over here. We've actually been working quite a bit on that, making it look good, but this just looks horrendous. We've got a hole in the wall that leads to our minecart. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked again. That's an issue for another day and another episode, so we won't care too much about that right now. But as I said, we are heading up to the sugarcane farm. We're going to give it a test run because we're at a point now where we can do so. Got ourselves 2 extra slime blocks that we can install onto the farm to help collect some extra sugarcane. Still got our cows over there. They're holding up strong. Let's just sleep for the 4th time, I think, this episode. I think this is probably a record. We don't usually sleep this many times in an episode, but today we have. Okay. So hopefully there are no creepy crawlies out here waiting for us. Are there? Okay, there are a few, but shouldn't be any concern. Right, so this is what I've got up together at the moment. We've got everything wired up, and now we actually control the farm from the middle, and I've installed a repeater here, which means that everything should fire at exactly the same time. So let's pull out the minecarts and start placing those down where they belong. So obviously 1 on each collection segment. There we go. And of course over time... Is this spider after me? Oh no, he's not. Over time, of course, we'll make this area look a bit more pretty, but at the moment it doesn't really matter too much as we are in the working stages of this farm. So we'll leave it as it is for now. There we go, and then there should be 2 more. Correct. Let's just put those down. And then let's test fire this thing. Oh god, we got a spider going in there. Brilliant. Right, hit the button. Everything should fire at the same time. Yep, they did. So off they go. Into the farm. And then once they come back out, we will fire the flying machine. Good, so that works perfectly. Let's go ahead and get that flying machine up and running so that we can actually test out the minecarts for ourselves. We are just going to bust into this thing. Oops, I just destroyed a block there. Let's pop that back. Reinstate the sugarcane as well because we didn't want to harvest that. Let's just... Whoa, these things are so slow to move on, but we are going to place 2 extra there. And then we can Oh no, what am I doing? I'm being a fool. Quick, let's get back up here. Place down this block to get it running. No? Why doesn't it want to run? Is it because this is in the way? This is strange. What's happening? Is it because of this? Nope. Is it because of this? Here, I'm just going to clean out these blocks a second because something is up with the farm. Uh-oh. What's wrong with it? Is it maybe because of this? Nope. Okay, this is very strange. Let's try some obsidian. Nope, that didn't work either. What's wrong with the farm? Why doesn't it want to function at the moment? This is really strange. What is the reason for that? There must be a reason, right? I can't even think what the reason could possibly be, though. That's the problem here. It just doesn't want to. How about if we try this side? Nope, that doesn't do anything. Come on. Come on, dude. Just work. Just work. Is it stuck on something? I don't think it is, right? It should be good. Everything's cleared out of the way here. Let's just take out... Well, it's been running with that sugarcane in place, so that shouldn't be an issue. We know that. I might have to pop off camera for a second here, guys, and get this thing up and running, but for some reason it just doesn't want to move. Oh dear, this is weird. This is really weird. How about if we remove this block and give it another run? Nope, still nothing. Let's pop that back then, because obviously we don't want to actually destroy the thing. Alright, you guys, I'm actually going to go off camera here, try and get this thing up and running, and I will be right back. Alright guys, we're back and the machine is running, as you can see. Okay, so the issue was that I had actually too many slime blocks attached to it. So I guess after a certain number, it can't function, which I think I did hear in the video, actually, when I was watching the tutorial. So that does make sense, but at the same time, we're going to have to learn the reason behind that and actually get this sorted, because we need a machine that's going to be able to cover the length of this farm. So, yeah, I'm going to have to work out exactly how many blocks you can have attached to this thing for it to function correctly. And then... Oh my god, why is it not running now? It's because of that, right? Yeah. I was going to say, I got a bit scared again, but as you can see, it's back up and firing as it should be now. But I do need to work out how many blocks we can attach to this thing and still have it run, because we're going to have multiple of these flying machines working on this farm, I guess, for it to work correctly. So, yeah, I will get that done off camera at some point. But there you have it. We should have harvested everything now down into the drop collection zone. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. And off they go. So I do want to be able to track what we get in return here. So I'm going to just knock out each of these blocks so that we can access the hoppers and grab the loot out of them. So there we go. Let's just knock all of these out. And then... Did that seriously only get 2? What the hell? It's not a lot. Okay, so that one got 19. I guess it isn't still unloading, right? Yeah, that's fine. So let's just grab each and every sugarcane harvest from each of the drop areas. There we go. And obviously it gets a bit more concentrated towards the center, as you can see here. We're getting a lot more from the middle ones than we were from the outside ones. So let's go ahead and keep moving along. We're getting a ton of sugarcane here. This is insane. So we've actually run out of inventory space here. Let's throw out a few items. Oh, we don't actually want them to go in there though. Oh well, for now it'll do. I will clean all of this up at some point anyway. So no need to worry. Give me those. Again, we're going to have to launch something. Get rid of that. Give me that loot and get rid of the dirt there. We got way too much dirt hanging around this place anyway. And then this one, and then we got one more to harvest here. I think I'm gonna have to come in the back here. Access it. Oh, this one actually had a bunch. That was probably because it was the end of the farm that was directed towards from the first collection. But there we go. That's everything harvested out of the hoppers. So let's just quickly put this into the shulker box here so we can have an analysis of how much we've got. Okay, so we managed to get 9 stacks, 10, 11, and 7 pieces, which is kind of insane, really, considering we've only harvested probably less than half the farm there, I'd imagine. Let's just quickly take a peek if we can work that out here. Okay, so, yeah, this is... Or is that roughly half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's around half. Yeah, it's a little bit less than half, but it's around half. So from less than half of the farm harvested, we've got 9 stacks, 10 stacks, 11 stacks, I think it was. Yep, 11 stacks and 7 pieces, which is kind of amazing, considering this farm isn't even finished yet. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today, you guys, as we are running out of time here. But I really did actually enjoy this episode, and now that the farm's up and running, obviously it's not totally complete, but we can use it when we need to. I'm pretty proud of what we've got here, so I really hope that you enjoyed this episode as well. I did definitely have fun recording it for you guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a like down below. That will be much appreciated by myself. Also, if you have any comments, any questions, any suggestions, any feedback at all, drop that down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I currently do respond to every single comment, so really do try to leave one if you have anything to say, because I like to hear from you guys. And finally, if you're new around here, then why not subscribe to the channel? It is free after all, and it will allow you to stay up to date with everything that we do in this Minecraft series, and also anything else I decide to post to the channel. So you guys, this is a bye from me. Bye. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will catch you all in the next episode. See ya!